Hello and welcome to the Real NRA Forever's YouTube channel. I am, of course, NRA Forever. This video is designed to show you the ins and outs of farming villagers for fun and profit. And I know some of you are thinking, ew, that's disgusting. Farming humans, you can't do that. It's unconscionable. But you know what? I don't give a crap. Anyway, moving right along, you're going to want to start this right away when you get on a map. And it's something you need to start immediately because if you don't, you could lose your opportunity to farm villagers. So I'll explain that right now really quick. When you start a map, if you spend a night within 128 squares of a village, the village is basically active in the program. So mobs, specifically pigmen, can spawn and kill the villagers. So if you're more than 128 blocks away, you're fine. If you're within 128 blocks, the villagers are screwed. So you're going to want to start this as soon as possible. Now, the very first step can be undertaken to stop this from having any danger, and I'll get to that right now. Let me just show you. The first thing you need is you need 2 villagers protected for breeding and 2 villagers at a minimum protected for a backup to the breeders, and I'll show you both right now. So this right now is my breeding room, where these villagers are free range, they're moving about freely, and they can run into each other and breed. Now, the reason I have double block is because there's little glitches where they can do things, and basically, you only need 1 block on the inside or 1 block on the outside. I just had 2 blocks there to show you the 2 choices. I'll show you again. 1 here or 1 out there. The reason you want 1 is because their babies are short enough that they can actually fit through the door without getting hurt. And then they're out here where you can move them about. I've got some extra buildings over there, buildings over here, that you can move them into. And there's a reason you want to do that too, and I'll get to that in a moment. So basically all you need to do is there you go. Now you might ask yourself, well, how do I get them into these buildings? Well, go to your village when it's dusk, and the villagers naturally head actually inside the buildings. It's just what they do. And during the day they head outside. So just go at dusk, wait for a couple to go into a building, trap them. There we go. Trap them and you're good to go. So you saw that was the loose guys are for breeding because they need to be able to touch each other, run into each other like that. Or what you can see here, these guys are doing, basically. Now this room here I have set up as my control room where these guys can't get hurt at all. And you see they're pinned in. I actually have 4 in here, but these guys are set up as blacksmiths. If you want to see what this is about, check out my video, Unlimited Diamond Tools and Armor, and it'll show you why I have these guys set up like this. I won't get into it now because I want to keep this video as short as possible. Basically, by having a block like this and a block over the top, you can't move, and he can't move. The reason you don't want them to be able to touch each other is that they can kill each other, and they do this by, they'll find a corner like this and start pressing into it, and then the other one will come up from behind and push into them as well. When they do this, the one on the inside of the corner, the meat of the sandwich, if you will be crushed and eventually die or glitch out of the building. And both of those things are terrible. So you want to trap them in there like that. They can also run into windows like this and see that ledge. They can hop up somehow. I don't even know how they do it, but I've watched them. They get into the ledge and then glitch into this and either die or pop out of the building. So these 2 control ones are because over here, the breeders could actually die. You could come back one day and your breeders in here, dead. So that's why you always want to have your backup to your backup right here. These guys. Alright. So that's how you get them secured for the night, day 1. Alright? Just like that. Boom. Anyway, day 2, or whenever you have time or have stuff, is you want to build walls. So, walls, I've chosen cobblestone. The reason I chose cobblestone over dirt is because Endermen can pick up dirt, and they can't pick up cobblestone. So if they were to pick up the dirt, it would wreck the whole premise, because you need to be too high, like I am here, because villagers and pigmen can jump whatever you can jump, with the exception of running. They cannot run. So As you can see here, there's an elevation change. So it actually is 3 high here. Because if that block wasn't there, I could jump up there. A villager could jump up there. A pigman could jump up there. The golem could jump up. He actually will get outside the walls too and not protect your villagers. My golem is way off over there. You can see him. Anyway, so you want to make sure you're at least 2 high and 3 high if there's an elevation change, like that. And you need to go all the way around, however big your village is going to be. You can see I went way down there. I built some extra buildings there. And I actually cut it really short over there. Pretty short wall down there. Here we go. Right here. So I actually didn't take that much space because there's a ravine over there. I even cut them off from their well. Because actually they'll die in their well too. They're so stupid. Here you can see I even had to put up this. I didn't even realize it. They can hop up on top of this. And then they fall off the building and die. They're just the dumbest things. Anyway, it's like baby proofing, really. Once you have it secured with the walls, the next step is to keep mobs from spawning by putting torches in, like you can see here, all the way around, on the ground, and even up on top. I don't know if you can see those or not. I've got them on top of the buildings. Well, here I've got some low buildings. Right here are some of the buildings. Now, you can see those half blocks I have there. As long as the half block is the lower block, like see how these are the first level, if it was the one above, a mob could spawn on it. But here, nothing can spawn on that because the game doesn't register the top of it. Also stairs. These stairs right here, they will not spawn on a stair because it's uneven. It needs a flat surface at each level. So here's a flat surface, here's a flat surface. They can spawn on these, but they can't spawn on steps or half blocks as long as they're the bottom block. As you can see, those are the bottom half blocks. The upper half block would be right up there. So that pretty much covers that. Even up there on those buildings up there, you can see I only have torches in the middle. Here, I can show you. Right now. Oops. Up here. I've only put torches on these blocks because these are the only places that the mobs can spawn. You can leave all the steps alone. I've got some on top of that tower too. That pretty much covers that. Ow. Anyway, so once you have everything lit, you've got your village secure. Now you can move on to breeding. Breeding, it's pretty simple. There's an equation. It's 3.5 doors for every villager. So once you have 2 villagers for breeding, and you have 10.5 doors, you can have them breed a new villager. As you can see, I've got doors everywhere. Now the doors have to be usable. A usable door is this. Let me take this out. This door is not usable. What a usable door has to have is 3 blocks of light in front of it. Sunlight, that is, not torchlight. So this can get sunlight. And it needs to have 1 block here. The block behind the door needs to be shaded. So by putting a block here, I've created shade. It doesn't have to be just 1. You could have 2, you could have 10. It doesn't matter. You just have to have 1. Out front here, though, you can't have a block here. And you most definitely cannot have a block up here. See how it's created that shading? Screws the entire thing up. So even if I took these out, these shaded blocks ruin it. This is a non-usable door. As you can see over here, I've implemented the bare minimum by placing these doors up against these walls. I've got them over here, just up against these little logs. That's why I have dozens and dozens of villagers. One little plus to getting 9 villagers is you get one of these guys right here. He's a protector, vanguard, if you will. He watches over the villagers. He's not perfect. That's why you want to keep your 2 control guys, like I have in there, protected. Now, these iron doors, as you see here, are not usable even if you put a block back here, because the villagers don't know how to use the doors, and so they're not recognized by the computer program as being a door. So even if you had 10 of these, you would not get breeding. It just wouldn't work. So these are good if you want to keep villagers out of an area, or as you see my brick wall or my stone walls, way over there I have a iron door to keep them from getting out and make access for me easy. So that's what the iron doors are good for in this process. Now the last step in breeding is selective breeding. deciding what you want to have. Now, there's no way to make them become what you want. So what you have to do is you have to let them breed, which they've been doing. And once they breed, you get different things. You get a priest, what do we got here? Farmer, librarian, maybe in there, I don't know. Anyway, if you're focusing on farmers, focusing on blacksmiths like I have in that building there, you're going to want to take out guys you don't want, like this guy here. Now, if I were to strike him with a sword, the golem would attack me and kill me. 2 strikes from him will kill me in hard. So you don't want to piss off the golem. So to be friends with the golem and still do this, take a bucket of lava and kill him. By doing that, the game does not recognize me as striking him. All it does is think that lava is killing this villager. This villager wandered into a pit like an idiot. This actually works on anything in the game that's friendly until you hit it. That includes the golem over here. Wherever he is. There he is. Yeah, check this out. Oops. He doesn't even know it. I better put this fire out. Son of a beaver! There we go. And look at him over there. He's burning like crazy. And he still wants to be friends with me. Look at that. Why did I do that? Anyway, that's pretty much it. If you like my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel on The Real and Forever on YouTube. Also, please like the video. And if you don't like the video, don't waste your time clicking on thumbs down. Just move on to something else. Again, this is NRA Forever. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great rest